Good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. This is Scott Manning coming to you live from Scott Manning Tube Sports Talk. I want to thank all of my loyal viewers for being with me here this morning. I just got word that the new AP Top 25 college football poll has come out. No drastic changes in the top 10. There have been some changes. Alabama, Clemson, Georgia, Ohio State, they remain the same. Oklahoma has moved up to number 5. Wisconsin, surprisingly, dropped to number 6. Auburn was a big winner this week, moving up to number 7. Notre Dame is still at number 8 despite their escape victory over Ball State last Saturday. And what can you say about the Stanford Cardinal? Their impressive victory over USC 17-3 on Saturday night moved them up to the number 9 position. Washington was a winner last Saturday. They moved up to they're now still in the top 10. Penn State, after nearly surviving Appalachian State the Saturday before, they came out and destroyed Penn. They went out and destroyed Pitt 51-6 to move from number 13 to number 11. LSU surprisingly dropped a spot. It's early in the season; anything can happen. Virginia Tech has dropped to number 13. Surprisingly, West Virginia. Will Greer and his performance keeps West Virginia at number 14. TCU is still at number 15. That is an important matchup as they face number 4 Ohio State on Saturday night in Dallas. Keep that in mind. Mississippi State comes in at number 16. Boise State at 17. UCF, Central Florida, the last year's national champions. It's still at number 18. Michigan, after their impressive victory over Western Michigan last Saturday, 43-3, moves up from number 21 to number 19. Oregon moved up a couple of spots, up to number 20. Miami, after their big victory, moved up a spot to number 21. The biggest loser of the weekend, USC, went from number 17 to number 22 after losing to Stanford Saturday night 17-3. Arizona State, welcome to the top 25. After your upset victory over Michigan State last Saturday night or in the wee hours of Sunday morning, you come in at number 23. Mike Gundy and Oklahoma State have reason to be happy. They moved up to number 24. And Mark D'Antonio and the Michigan State Spartans come in at number 25, barely hanging out of the top 25 this week. So what have I noticed? Clemson is still number 2, despite the fact they escaped over Texas A&M. Georgia and Alabama had impressive wins. So did Ohio State over Rutgers. Oklahoma and Wisconsin both were very impressive. Notre Dame, they were shaky against Ball State. Keep in mind, Ball State was a 34.5-point underdog going into the ball game, and they stayed with the Fighting Irish, and I was impressed. Penn State, after nearly escaping over Appalachian State the Saturday before, just came out and destroyed Pitt on Saturday night. And what can you say about Arizona State and Coach Herman Edwards? The former New York Jets coach came out in his first game against University of Texas San Antonio. Yeehaw, they got a big. But Herman Edwards and Arizona State got their signature victory over Michigan State. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Could we be seeing Arizona State come out of the pack and come out of nowhere to take the Pac-12? There's been a lot of talk about that. Oklahoma State. Do we need to be thinking about them possibly taking the Big 12? We got Oklahoma, West Virginia, TCU, and Oklahoma State. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to be a battle all the way to the end of the season in the Big 12. As far as the Big 10 goes, I still have Ohio State down as the odds-on favorites. As far as the Pac-12 goes, I'm going to go with Stanford, but I'm keeping Arizona. I'm going to be keeping an eye on Arizona State. Believe that. As far as the SEC goes, I'm going to go with Georgia, but I'm keeping Alabama on the watch list. Keep that in mind. So there's your top 25 for this week. And we got some major games coming up on Saturday. The biggest one, number 4 Ohio State, number 15 TCU on Saturday night in Dallas. I will be back Friday night at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time for my Friday night college football podcast to get you ready for the Saturday before in college football. And let me tell you, it's going to be a very busy Saturday like it always is. And the bottom line is, anything can happen on any given Saturday, and it usually does. Please join me Friday night at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time for the Scott Manning YouTube College Football Show. I would be more than happy to take questions and comments, and we're going to have a great show on Friday night. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. I want to thank you guys for taking the time with me this morning. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. My name is Scott Manning. No relation to Peyton, Manning. No relation to Peyton or Eli, however. Oh, boo. And please type my name, scroll down until you see this pretty face. If you subscribe to my channel, you'll see all the videos I have done so far. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much for being with me, and God bless.